Movie theaters, and will they survive? Everyone's talking about the movie theaters right now. As we're going through this crisis, we're really going to find out the bull and bear case for the industry. So let's go ahead and take a look and ask ourselves the important questions so that we can go ahead and make our own trading decisions. Like always, the first thing you got to ask yourself is, what industry is it? The industry is the media diversified. And what is the business of movie theaters? Movie theaters have really always relied on the customers to fill their seats. Most profits really arise from the concession sales. We have movie theater stocks like AMC, Cinemark, IMAX, and National Cinemedia really struggling right now. The market environment is really an important question to ask yourself. You always have to know how the environment is in the stock itself and the overall market. The COVID crisis really has caused a massive shutdown for the movie theaters for more than a month. Movie production studios around the world have been shut down, and this causing major releases to being postponed. Further restrictions of events with groups bigger than 10 has really become the new norm and a major concern in the industry. The pandemic is already devastating the cinema ticket sales, which fell to their lowest levels since 2000. So as you can see from the market environment, they're really going to have a tough time going to go ahead and take profits because at the end of the day, they need customers in their seats. So let's go ahead and take a look at the existing story and what the new story is and how we can go ahead and make a trade from that. So when we're really making investors' decisions, we really need to go ahead and take a look at the existing story and the new story. So the existing story right now in the movie industry is that movies make more money in theaters than they do in sales and rentals. The standard in the industry has always been that you first do a theoretical release by the institutions and then you later release it directly to the customer. But right now, at the end of the day, the existing story right now in movie theaters is that majority of them have been closed or limited due to the pandemic. The new story that's coming really is going to be a new story about a post-pandemic social distancing in movie theaters. At the end of the day, not that many customers are going to be wanting to be next to each other or that close to each other during a movie. That's an hour or 2 hours time when you're sitting really close to each other. There's a new story here, a new business model. Video on demand would definitely change the whole mold of the industry, and it would be a more expensive at-home option. But when you think about it overall, this would definitely bring a new kind of facet to the industry and an at-home convenience level for customers to go ahead and just order it at home. So really, what's the catalyst and the statistics support behind this? Universal really made an unprecedented move here when they made the decision to opt for the video on demand release on its new movie, Trolls World Tour. This was a risky yet rewarding business decision to change models and go straight to the customer, and it really broke the mold of the industry. Universal wasn't the only studio that chose to release videos on-demand route. The pandemic really, at the stay-at-home orders, really brought the digital release to become the biggest debut of all time, and some really calling this a huge success. In the end, Universal really changed it up. They threw a curveball in the industry, and now the question is going to be, how much of an effect is this going to have on the industry? So let's go ahead and take a look at some of these charts and seeing how we can go ahead and make some investment decisions. So if we look at the industry's index, the media diversified, you're going to see that we've really made a comeback from these March times. These March times were when the market really tanked with the COVID worries, and we really went down to lows. Now we've made our way back here, and we're really getting towards resistance. And this is where the concern really is going to come from and the uncertainty. Investors might go ahead and start taking their profits as we're getting up here to these levels. The real concern is going to be is how is this going to affect the media and diversified for the long run. A lot of production studios have been shut down, so further content is going to be very hard to come by. So if we take a look here at AMC, you really see that this stock is really topping out here. It's made a run above 5. This was before this news release. We've been really working kind of closer in this week now in this tight consolidation between 4 and 5. The real interesting thing going to be is how they're going to do with the reopenings. Are they going to figure out a business plan to get around the pandemic? With the video on demand going to straight customers, there's always going to be the view that AMC right now has backlashed out and is really fighting this kind of change in the industry. So we need to pay attention to AMC business as a whole and how their demand is doing when they come back online and we go back to movie theaters' ability to actually be open. When you look at Cinemark, you really see this one topping out in the 16s and the highs being created in this stock. With the pressures of the industry, I don't see this one going back up towards the 30s. At the end of the day, you're seeing this one go up there towards that resistance. And really, this is where you'll usually find profit taking from investors, or it could break out above that 16 and make a bull run here. At the end, I'm very bullish on this stock here just because it's hitting the resistance and the downward pressures of the industry with not only the COVID worries, but also this video demand hitting them. Now, the question really is are you a bull or are you a bear? And what's going to really come from this new story? Of course, we're going to get lower ticket sales from the restrictions of pandemic social distancing. And there's also going to be a lower option of movies to choose from. AMC is already backlashed out. They said that no Universal production would be shown in their theaters anymore, especially if they were going to continue on kind of this new precedent of releasing in the theaters and also releasing straight to the customer. At the end, guys, this is really going to change the business model. If they're really going to make this change in the industry, this is going to completely disrupt the cinema industry. You're going to see these movie theaters really struggle because at the end of the day, the institutions have always had the advantage here because they've always made more money in the theaters than they do at home. And with this new story, it did kind of just as well. Because when you think about it in the long run, there's plenty more expenses that come bringing a movie to the theaters with advertisement that can be controlled in a straight to customer digital release. Of course, in the long run, it's always been that the theaters make more money. So this is the new story. And will there be a change in the industry? Like always, guys, thank you, and leave comments to support your own bull or bear case. This is really what it's all about, guys. We're not here to really go ahead and give you a specific pick. This is more along giving you that industry analysis so that you could really learn how to build an investor's plan based off of the story. The story here is, hey, a brand new change in the industry, a new change in business models, and will this really change the industry to come, or will it go back to the existing story? Like always, guys, hit the like, hit the sub down below. This is going to be a brand new channel, really just bringing you guys an ability to learn how to do your own research, your own market analysis, and make your own investor's decision. All right, guys, like always, beginner in, beginner out.